Alright, so what's up YouTube? It's a nice thing here back with another video. This video is going to be about the unconscious ruling the subconscious. Well, the unconscious ruling the conscious, right? And I think this is probably one of the most common things people even talk about, like how your unconscious, your subconscious rules your conscious life. You know, whatever's in that subconscious is always going to come out, and it's always going to fester up, and it's going to ruin and destroy your life. Now, I think in my instance, from what I noticed, and when I really started to become more aware of it, like probably when I started waking up spiritually, it was like after high school, and I'm like, damn, like I'm going through this trip where I'm like, damn, I was such an asshole as a teenager. I'm like, I was so mean. I was just mean. I was just a mean, and I think that's just normal, just because the hormones and everything. But I was just a mean, even though I'm not a mean person. Back then, I was really like a wallflower. I'm not about to say anything to nobody. I was to a certain extent, I was a coward just because I let people walk all over me. But I wasn't a coward. Like I was doing weak shit to people, but I was a wallflower. I was just a doormat to people. So after I got older and I started gaining more awareness, I started to perceive myself differently, and I realized I didn't like myself at all. And I'm like, damn, like I'm really just like I was an asshole, but also I was like a deceptive, like nice dude type of person. I didn't like it. It bothered me. I'm not gonna lie, and it bothers me when I exemplify some of those traits now, just because I thought I dealt with them, and you don't really. It seems like you never really fully deal with something. It's always lingering in the back of your mind, in the back of your spirit, and it finds a way to manifest in some type of way. But you always gotta check it. But you gotta understand that everything that you go through in life, unless it's resolved, is somewhere. It's stored somewhere. Let's take a positive example, for example. Let's say how the inner child always exists. That's why you should always heal it. I think that's probably the first thing you should heal when you going on any type of journey. Is where a lot of your problems stem from your younger child years. And if you don't resolve them issues, they grow up and they grow up with you. They fester with you. They improve with your age. And then these problems interfere with how you know, interact with people. And these behaviors, positive or negative, will reflect your reality and just the outside world that whoever you interact with. So let's say if you grew up not feeling love, as you grow up, you're gonna see instances where you're sitting there in a situation where you're seeking validation a couple times. Like I had to catch myself when I became 18. I'm like, damn, like my friend group, people I loved, even at work, I'm in this sense. Of course, I'm working hard. I'm working hard to try to fill this void because I felt like I wasn't loved growing up. So I guess love was like a main driving point in what I do and how I interact with people. If I care about them, if I love them for real, like I said, I throw everything I'm doing for them. And I still do that, even though it's kind of a bad habit. I think to a certain extent, that's how I show my love, and that's how I express my love to the highest degree. I will literally drop everything to be there for people that I care about, just because the love I experienced growing up was never as deep as the love that I feel now for people. Or even another example, like anger. Anger was non-existent in me growing up. I was such like a cool kid. Probably when I became a teenager, probably when it started to fester up. But people always say I was like an angry person. I'm like, I may look angry, but I'm not upset. I'm not mad. I'm not anything really. I was kind of like a blank face for real. And then I had to realize that as I got older and I got a greater understanding of things and my beliefs changed, and a lot of that anger started to rise up, that frustration. And that frustration just comes from the lack of information, the lack of care, the lack of nurturing with me, the lack of just honesty, sincerity, and authenticity that was really being shown to me. And it caused me to get angry. Like I was just angry. And this is not just from current, it was from all my life that there was a lack of concern for me, when there was a lack of authenticity to me, when there was a lack of just overall love. I was frustrated. I was mad. I was like heated. I was like vengeful in a way. And I like the word vengeful, but it's destructive. Like, I think vengeful is probably the way I could probably explain my life, is that I feel like to a certain extent I'm like on a mission I'm trying to finish something that I didn't start. Or maybe I did start, who knows. But I feel like I'm on a mission for fucking retribution, trying to fix a problem that maybe I did fix or cause or didn't cause, but that's just how I feel. But yeah, but you gotta always understand that what you thinking is never really always right, to a certain extent, right? I think that it's whatever on your mind is really was right. And when I say on your mind, I mean your unconscious, your subconscious, because those things literally last forever. It's like a tape recorder that's always going. It sees everything, hears everything, knows everything. So you always got to clean out that unconscious, because if you don't, you run the risk of allowing a lot of destructive things that, may have happened to you growing up coming back and causing some type of current suffering that you may be, dealing with inside your life, or making it 10 times worse. You just don't want to put them type of issues on everybody. Like, I want to resolve all my issues before I even had kids, because I don't want to put anything on my kids that, my parents or grandparents, great-great-grand, my ancestors put on me. That's just probably one of my worst fears, is like severely traumatizing my kids. I think trauma is okay, but severely traumatizing them is not on my mind. Like, I don't want to do that. But yeah, if y'all like the video, like, comment, subscribe, and I will see y'all later. Thank you.